Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at two live streams that Bullhorn Betty did. One is going to be from October the 31st, which was Halloween, and the second is going to be from today, which is 11/1/2024. We're also going to be taking a look at a few short clips from the Go Harder channel, which everyone knows is Molly Go Lightly, where she does a little bit of roasting of BHB. So let's get started.
This video is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, etc.
So it sounds like people are being threatened to be sued. I welcome lawsuits. Come down to Florida and sue Bullhorn Betty. I welcome lawsuits.
She welcomes lawsuits. Come down to Florida and sue Bullhorn Betty.
I really could care less.
She could care less.
I know Florida law like the back of my hand. I don't have problems here representing myself whatsoever. Never mind the fact that I've got, I know umpteen million attorneys here.
Really?
The one I used to work for or work with or help, you know, so, I welcome anybody bringing lawsuits. I don't mind.
Bring it on, people.
I don't mind that at all. But it sounds like people keep getting threatened with lawsuits by these yahoos. My thing is let them sue you.
Let them sue you. You heard it from BHB herself.
I mean, to be honest with you, they've got to be losing a shit ton of money right now.
But ton of money, guys.
Trying to fight all these people to try to cover their butts, right? They've got a lot of problems here. Lots and lots of problems. Because if you do, we're Sumner County, and we will arrest you.
They didn't arrest you for what you say they did. They arrested you because you broke protective orders. 3 of them, to be exact.
Bullhorn Betty.
Yay!
And I'm still talking about in case. So you just wasted a shit ton of taxpayers' money for a whole bunch of nothing.
In my opinion, it wasn't a whole bunch of nothing. Don't forget, you have a court date coming up. Betty has a court date coming up on the 20th. I cannot wait to see what happens there.
I just want everybody out there that's a taxpayer in Sumner County to know how wasteful they are of your tax funds. They can't go and look for a 15-year-old boy, but they can surely pull Bullhorn Betty from the state of Florida and make her come back there umpteen million times so they can try to shut me up.
Nobody pulled you from Florida, Betty.
From the truth. Must be a vendetta.
Must be a vendetta.
Must be this vendetta. Couldn't be because we're following the truth. It's gotta.
Couldn't be because you're spouting things that you have no proof of.
Be a vendetta, right? It's got to be a vendetta.
You're very vindictive.
We have this horrible vendetta, and the vendetta is we seek the truth. So yeah,
you don't seek the truth. You seek money. In my opinion, you seek money.
I'm seeking the truth, and if that's what this judge equates to a vendetta, is trying to find the truth and following the leads, then I guess I'm very vindictive.
I agree. You are very vindictive. That is my opinion.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
That's all you need. Just money.
That's all you need, people. Money.
Money. Like they're 4 votes. Like you're going to be losing a hell of a lot more 4 votes by supporting them. I'm sorry. I don't need somebody telling me how to think. I can think very clearly. I do this every single day.
Every single day, guys.
Go through probably more cases than that Yahoo judge that wants to.
Wow. We're going after the judge now, just so you guys know.
Sit and judge me. But hey, we're not allowed to think. Communist Sumner County. Communist Sumner County. We're not allowed to have an opinion, a theory, or move freely in their county that they get federal funds from. Don't worry, Sumner County. I want to make sure those federal funds get a plug in them. Trust me. I'll be.
And how exactly are you going to do that?
Working around the clock to make sure the federal funds, since you guys don't want to follow federal law, maybe it's time to start pulling some of the federal funds.
And how exactly are you going to do that?
The only thing that these counties understand is when they get lack of funds.
Again, how exactly are you going to do that?
When it starts hurting them in the pocketbook, then they're like, oh, whoa, we probably should have done that.
She still hasn't told us how she's going to do that, and she never will, by the way.
Probably shouldn't have done that. But once this shit is done, I'm telling you, they can drag this out as long as they want to. They can have me I'll move over to the freaking county and become a taxpayer if that's what they want.
Oh, so you're going to move to Sumner County, Betty?
Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter to her, guys.
I'll do whatever it takes to get some answers in this case. I will. I'll rent this house out. I can guarantee you this is a Florida home. It may not be a whole bunch, but our prices here are a lot. I own this puppy free and clear. So if I rent it out for $2,000 a month, guess what? I bet you I can get a nice place over there in Sumner County for rent. A lot cheaper. Don't worry.
Then do it.
Democratic. I'll be voting for you in the next election.
You're going to be voting for him?
Watch me work. Not voting
Watch me work, she says.
for you. I'll be casting my vote in Sumner County on the next election.
Really? You're going to be casting your vote in the next election? Seriously. Okay.
That is going to be a plan. I am going to. They want me so bad in their community that they have to keep dragging me back from Florida to Tennessee. Well, fine. I might as well give them what they want.
That's the plan, guys. Just remember her plan in a few minutes.
I'll find myself a rental. I'll change my address. Watch me work.
Watch her work, guys.
Watch me work.
Watch her work.
Tell me I can't move freely. I'm about to be a taxpayer. I'm about to be in your county commission meetings. I'm about to be in your city hall meetings. You guys don't even have a clue. You guys see me? You guys see my beautiful face on the end of the phone? Don't worry, you'll see it in person there, Sumner County.
In person there, Sumner County.
I know how to get up. I know how to speak. I'm a great public speaker.
Really? I've yet to see that. Just an opinion, though.
Can't wait to start bringing my production crew in there to really hone in on the story there.
Where is your production company, Betty? In my opinion, you don't have one, so I'd like to see this production company.
Can't wait to be standing out in front of that courthouse.
Can't wait to be standing out in front of that courthouse.
We'll do something. I'm telling you, this is going to be the biggest stain on Sumner County that they have ever. They're going to wish that they never tried to violate my right by the time this is all said and done.
No one violated your rights, in my opinion.
I will tell you that. They can fight me tooth and nail. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I believe in the law, and I know they're violating it.
I believe in the law, and I know you're violating it. See? Opinion.
Period. And they're allowing my abusers to continue to abuse me through a court and legal process.
Who exactly is abusing you, Betty? Please, enlighten us all.
I want them to understand that. And you know what? I pray to God. I don't like saying this because I don't want this to be true. But the only way they learn the error of their ways is when it happens to somebody that they love. And I pray to God it wakes them up in that county. The judge's grandchildren, I pray to God his grandchild has to go through something I'm going through.
Did you hear that? Oh my God. Betty, that's not okay. You don't talk about the judge's grandkids. Wow, Betty.
Because my family has to watch me go through it. He didn't give a shit about me. Everything has thoroughly been checked. If there was a predator, Ellie would have come out. Yeah, no, there's none. No, I can tell you, I've got sources everywhere, which is what pisses me off about this county. Because even
so, now you have sources in law enforcement connected to the case. Really? Okay.
in our own damn department, we got some sources, don't we? Because they can't keep crap to themselves. They're worried about me leaking shit. And there's so many damn leaks coming out of Sumner County. It's like a faucet.
It's like a faucet, guys.
Hopefully they do a full investigation because they'll find out just how clever I am.
Ooh, let's hope they do a full investigation. That way they can find out just how clever Betty is.
In my opinion, I would never move to Tennessee. I think that's the worst freaking state in the whole entire United States.
But didn't you just say that that's the plan? That you're going to move there and you're going to be voting in the next election and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Wait a minute. Isn't that what you just said? Okay, Betty.
They can do whatever the hell they want to. I really don't care. You guys can see, do I want to go to jail? Of course not. Will I go to jail? You're absolutely right. Because my freedom of speech is more important to me than anything.
So, did you get some bad news from your attorney or something? Because before you were saying, I'm not going to go to jail. They have no rights to lock me up, blah, 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 blah. I didn't do anything wrong. But now you're saying, yep, I'm going to jail. I'm going to be going to jail. And what's with the scratching? Do you have like a rash or something? Or is that like a tick? I don't know. I'm just asking because the scratching, yeah.
Our rights here as American citizens are very important, and I will not allow a stupid judge, a stupid sheriff, or a corrupt freaking detective take that away from me. It may be
Let me see. A stupid judge, a stupid detective, and a corrupt investigator. Really? Okay.
be able to throw me in jail. But trust me, when I'm done with it, my voice is going to be more powerful than they could ever imagine.
More powerful, guys. More powerful.
I will guarantee that. More powerful than it is right now.
And her voice is very powerful right now because she says so.
And when that day comes, I will utilize my voice and raise it.
I'm going to utilize my voice and I'm going to raise it. That's what she said.
It bothers me that there's things like this going on in this country.
It bothers her, guys.
But there's nobody better to put a spotlight on it than me. And trust
Oh, so Betty's going to put a spotlight on it, guys.
me, whenever I go to jail, it's going to be big national news.
Big national news when she goes to jail. Notice she said when she goes to jail.
About me going to jail, and people will rise up. And
People are going to rise up, guys. People are going to rise up.
people will do the right thing. And at the end of the day, careful. At the end of the day, that's all I care about. That really is all I care about.
So at the end of the day, all you care about is if people shout your name and rise up and say, oh, how wronged Betty was. Okay. Okay.
I'll be wearing extra white underwear when I go into court on the 20th with some extra white socks. So when they're ready to take me in, I'll be prepared to go in with my toothbrush and all.
Awesome. You'll be all set.
I do not want to go. I'm telling you guys right now, this is not where I'd like to be.
If that is not what you wanted, then you should not have violated the protection orders. Just saying.
But, you know, what do?
You don't break the law.
Either shut up and comply?
No, you don't break the law.
Are you kidding me? I didn't even comply in my own county. As a matter of fact, I was up raising hell at the county commission meetings, making sure that nobody had to comply. I wish I could clone me, because I feel like if I could clone me, I'd be okay. But I think my group of people here are pretty stinking good. I have to be honest, I'm getting a little nervous with fundraising, but I believe in this channel. I believe in everybody that's supporting me, and I believe we'll beat the goal. And I think that will. I just feel like once we get it away from this county, we'll be sitting a lot prettier. Part of it.
The reason why she is nervous about the fundraiser is because she's not raising as much money as she hoped to have raised. Betty has a goal of $30,000. She's trying to raise $30,000 to fight the protection orders and the charges that are against her. But not as many people are donating as she thought they would. Also, in my opinion, according to the GoFundMe rules, she's actually in violation of the GoFundMe rules because it specifically says that you can't raise funds through GoFundMe for what she's raising funds for. It's just my opinion, though, from what I've read.
Freaking, like this judge should have done a better job. He was completely bought and paid for, in my opinion.
So now the judge was completely bought and paid for. Okay, Betty.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be standing before him again, and I really don't care. They can show this. They can show that. I hope my attorney objects, but they can.
Now, you put out this on a public platform for the world to see, but you want your attorney to object to the judge seeing your words and what you have said about him. I do hope he sees what you said about his grandchildren.
Poison the judge's mind. I really don't care. I don't care anymore. What I care about is my rights, and my rights are being trampled on by a small little speck of a county. Happy
Okay, Betty.
Halloweeny. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk about JLR like that. Sorry. It slips every now and again. Sorry, guys. We're going to continue to fight against what's been going on these streets and what has happened to me for the last 3 years because of these hate channels and
what has happened to her for the last 3 years. Now, she said that she's raising this $30,000 to fight for free speech and that her rights were violated in Sumner County, but she's talking about the last 3 years. Sebastian has been lost in all of this, to be perfectly honest. I don't do true crime, but the missing child has been lost in all of this. No one should be attacking anyone. Just put out factual information that has been vetted by law enforcement and stop hindering investigations. My opinion.
They've tried to do to me, my family, my reputation, and my life.
Do you have any proof of that? I would love to see proof. I would love to see proof of that.
I told you a long time ago, I believe that they were trying to push me over the edge.
No one, in my opinion, has ever tried to push Betty over the edge. Just because someone has a differing opinion than you and vocalizes it on their platform, like you always say, if you don't like it, you can always turn it off. If you don't like it, don't watch. That still goes for BHB as well. If you don't like what somebody else is saying, commentating on what you have put out publicly and fair using it, because of course, you know, Betty can use fair use, but nobody else can. To
off myself, and I wasn't going to do it, obviously.
Nobody that I have seen has ever tried to make her do that.
But it just wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop. They were in everything. Emails, coming over to my home, messing with my sister's work, messing with anybody and everybody we had something to do with, trying to...
I would like to see proof of that. I really, honestly would like to see proof of that.
Ostracize me, trying to shrink me, trying to make me feel like I was not worth breathing air on this earth anymore. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should ever have to go through that. It's dangerous, it's disgusting, it's evil, and it's bullying at its core. I am pro-VP, and will continue to be pro-VP for animals just like her. But she's going to be saved. She's going to be saved by our justice system when she refused to save her own son. She's going to be treated better than she treated her own son, and that quite frankly makes me sick. I'm an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth type of person, and quite frankly, in my world, I'm barbaric when it comes to that. And
wait a second, sweetheart. You're saying that you're free speech and you're being treated unfairly. And here you are saying, I believe, eye for an eye. Well, guess what, girlfriend? I think we all want to see you get exactly what you deserve. Exactly what you have done to others. We want to see you get out of that.
Tell her, Molly.
We want to see how that's going to go.
And in all fairness, I think that people's punishment, if they murder somebody, they should have to be murdered in the same, or taken out, DP, in the same fashion of their victims. That's how barbaric I am. But that's too inhumane here in America. You know,
I'm barbaric. I'm barbaric. Yeah, I know. It would take a barbaric person to beat up their own mother and get arrested for it.
it's too
Wow, Molly Byrne.
inhumane. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up a special guest. And as you guys know, this is my mod, the
Oh, Jesus Christ.
real Me Too. I was supposed to be in court with her. Judge Betty was supposed to be there, and she was not. Thank you so much.
Judge Betty? Oh my God. You guys.
Yeah, she called herself Judge Betty.
The drama wasn't caused by you or Dolly. It was what she was. It was sexualized by the family, you know.
Yeah.
And
The family that was trying to cause distractions in the truth, much like what we deal with in all of our cases. You know, the bad part of the family gravitates to these criminal channels to help their heavy lifting, to help them with criminal conduct online, to help create these distractions and create the doubt in these court hearings. And as you see, it doesn't work.
Well, actually, you want to know something, Betty? You're contradicting yourself, because when you're talking about all these channels, but how come none of these channels are in trouble except you?
That's a good question.
Just saying.
These hate channels should be out of business. They should be held accountable for what they are doing and what they are being paid to do.
Right.
Yeah.
it was disturbing. And as we've seen, we really hit on when we heard early on that.
So basically, Betty's a little butthurt that she's not making as much money as the hate channels. Oh.
In my opinion, that is exactly what is wrong with BHB.
Okay, Betty. Gotcha.
That did this, and together, but we don't know. Well, the two that, so they're trying to say the two.
She's bringing your stock down, Betty. She's bringing your stock down. Oh my God. Bullhorn Betty's got 305 people watching. I've got 302. Dude, people are more entertained with me roasting you and me having to tell Karen about herself, because it's everything that everybody wants to say, but they're not live doing it. This is ridiculous. This is not content. This is not coverage. This is another grift. This is her giving herself an opportunity to collect more money. Guess what, Betty? If you were a good person and you were in the right, you would be making money. You're not making money because you are not respected in this community. And most people that have more than a 30 IQ know that what you're doing is really wrong. Not only legally, but morally. And I don't know what it's going to take for you to even understand that. I don't know. I know you guys know what I'm saying.
Molly's spot on with that. She really is.
This is absolutely ridiculous at this point. I mean, it really is. She takes responsibility for absolutely nothing. She still got that herpes sore going on. What's that stuff we were supposed to send her? Can somebody hook her up with some whatever that herpes medication is? Because that herpes lip is really pissing me off.
Wow, Molly. Whoa. Okay.
Supposed to be fiduciaries of the public's funds, and they're not a fiduciary of the public funds. They've done everything wrong. I know this because I deal with politics on a daily basis in my own community. Hell, I've helped fire 2 county commission boards in
I'd like to see proof of that.
my own community. I come in heavy-handed. When I see something, I say something. There's no
Now, just because Betty says it doesn't make it fact. Just saying.
ifs, ands, or buts. I'm pretty black and white.
That video, number one, should have been allowed, should have been brought in. And two, he went off of that and he, based a lot of stuff on what he saw, but yet wouldn't let you explain anything to do about what you did.
He based his information off of what he saw because that was her words. That was what she did. That is what she said. Yeah.
When you care, briefly he let you explain some, but he shut you down. He just said, all right, that's enough. I don't want to get into this. But yeah, he made his ruling pretty much around that video, in my opinion.
It's your own words, Betty. It was your own words. It is exactly what you did.
Yeah, and the video was chopped up and still never broke any laws. I was screaming in my camera to my audience. It's not like
it wasn't chopped up, but yeah.
I was standing. The only time I saw somebody was when they followed me. I addressed them and it was over.
Wait, when somebody followed you? What I saw from the live stream, from Betty's live stream, this is just what I saw, was she was actually behind Mr. Bowersox. So if somebody's following you, then shouldn't they be behind you, not you be behind them? It looked to me like she was following him. Just saying.
Yep.
And I even specifically said, I don't need violence.
Right. No, I
But he
can
didn't care. He didn't care. He
say
knows
that,
I don't do violence. And he knows I wasn't stalking them. He didn't care. He violated my rights. And you know
He did not violate her rights, in my opinion.
what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure that his violation of my rights is going to be absolutely, you know, breaking news when we get through this process, because he can keep violating my rights. He can throw me in jail. It's not where I want to be, but he can do whatever the hell he wants. He has that power. But when I'm done, the fat lady will sing, and you ain't hearing me singing yet. But when you see that cigar in my mouth,
Right.
his career is going to be just about tarnished with his ruling and stuff like this. And I know.
So Betty said that when the fat lady sings, and she specifically said that she's the fat lady and that she ain't sung yet. So that's one thing. The next thing is Betty threatening the judge? I mean, you already talked about his grandkids and wished harm on them, but keep on, Betty.
Everybody's like, oh, that's not a possibility. Well, we're at the very beginning of this, not the very end.
Yep. We have to ride the storm to get to the end, and in the end, you're gonna come out on top. You know.
In my opinion, just not going to happen.
I mean, he denied.
But that is my opinion.
He denied you calling a witness. He denied, you know, he just shut you down. I mean,
well,
and
we're
basically,
committed to getting this out of the county if need be, and we're committed to taking this wherever it needs to go, because we are going to make history. And I'm here to make history when it comes to this type of garbage right here. I want
So you're making it another money-making circus.
to make sure it never happens to anybody else again. And whatever it costs is what it costs. We'll find a way. We have the ability to find a way. Right now, we're still trying to get through the appellate process.
Right.
But I am 100% committed to making sure that this never happens to anybody again. And we have good precedent in Tennessee as well as in the United States, so this never happens again. And if it does, people have the ability, and this stuff here shouldn't have to be required to appeal. It should be.
The thing that shouldn't have to be required is it should not need to be required for this family to get protections, seek protections from the court because of someone else's actions against them because they have a missing child. No one should be attacking either side of this family, in my opinion.
Automatic. And that's what I'm going to start pushing for. And anything and everything around this country is making sure some rulings are automatically appealed.
Okay, Betty.
And communist Sumner County wanted to try to prevent it. And it's disgusting because this is bred in their law enforcement. You can see it's in their DNA in that county.
Well, in my opinion, what's disgusting is you speaking on the judge's grandchildren and making threats, in my opinion, to the judge. Not a good look, Betty.
And so we're going to be working for the next probably 10 years on that county. They have no idea the hornet's nest that they kick. They can throw me in jail for a year. I really could give two shit.
Now, keep in mind, she just said they can throw her in jail for a year, that she could not give two shits. Just remember that.
They can do whatever they need to do to me. But I'm telling you, once it's done and over with, they're still going to have to deal with me. They're still going to have to deal with Bullhorn Betty. I don't break the law. I don't break the law.
In my opinion, Betty does break the law.
So after all this is done, just think about how much they just poked a bear. I
Poke, poke, poke.
follow the law, and I will make sure that I push that Constitution to its breaking points in that community. When I'm exonerated,
Oh, so now she's going to be exonerated.
and when this case is finally moving in the right direction, when law enforcement and their political bullshit get out of the way so the case can be solved.
So you want law enforcement to get out of the way so the case can be solved. How about Bullhorn Betty get out of the way and stop interfering in an investigation?
Excuse my language, it's still a little hot topic because I am
Hot topic.
going to be facing possibly going to jail. And I tell you, if I'm being arrested, that judge is not going to like the information coming out of my mouth on the record. I will tell you that, because it's a communist county. I'm going to keep calling it a communist county until they start realizing we have a constitutional right and constitutional freedoms that may not and shall not be infringed upon communist community leaders.
I hope that's televised, because I'm going to be I would definitely tune in for that.
So we will criticize, we will commentate. Guess what? We will raise our voice. We will even assemble.
We will assemble, guys.
And there's not a damn thing the judge or the sheriff can do about it. Why? Because we're doing it constitutionally
Why? Because Bullhorn Betty says so.
and properly and under the law.
Not under the law.
That's why they can't do anything about it. And they're trying to, because they're like, oh, you said we can't do anything about it. Let me show you. Okay,
Let me show you.
show me. Show me what you're going to do. Oh, so you're going to break the law and violate people's rights to show me.
Wrong.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it. We were out
Got it.
there reporting on the baby Q, Quentin Simon's case, waiting for mom to get arrested. And of course, they were dragging out and dragging out and dragging out.
They weren't dragging anything out. In my opinion, they were building their case. From everything that I saw from the trial, they were building a case. And from everything that I saw during that entire time, Bullhorn Betty was causing trouble and hindering an investigation.
To the point that we started realizing that this mother is not going to jail after murdering her
She did go to jail.
child. And so we decided to go ahead and start advocating for this child. And
You weren't advocating for this child, in my opinion. You were hindering an investigation and causing trouble. And as Chief Hadley said, a money-making circus. Creating a money-making circus.
advocating for Leilani's arrest. And we started.
She was arrested. Innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. She has been proven guilty in a court of law, not by Betty's dealings. Betty had nothing to do with getting justice for Quentin Simon. Law enforcement had everything to do with that. And the volunteers that were out in that landfill every single day searching for that child's remains. All Betty did was cause trouble, in my opinion.
Poking the bear a little bit. You know, we started going after the mayor, going after the chief of police. We started turning it from just being up there raising our voice to actually attacking the decision makers in this community. And that's when things started to take an ugly turn. That's when they started violating people's right, putting no loitering signs in a residential area that needed to be legally challenged. They started doing hairy things when you started going after the politicians, much like Sumner County, because we are going after Eric Craddock and his crap leadership. And we are going after these people publicly. And what are they trying?
Oh, just like you told your people that you got Chief Hadley fired, which never happened. Okay.
Trying to do? I'm an outsider, not a taxpayer. Let's lock her up.
Lock her up.
Let's lock her up. Let's not lock the people up that probably did something terrible to their child, but let's lock up.
No, let's lock up Bullhorn Betty. You have no proof of your allegations. And I'm sorry, innocent until proven guilty.
The biggest critic for them.
The child is also missing. Do you know something? Does Betty know something that nobody else knows? I mean, seriously.
Critic for them. And let's try to say that she's not media.
In my opinion, Bullhorn Betty is not media. Bullhorn Betty is a YouTuber. In my opinion, printing a press pass on your antiquated copier does not make you media.
Great job. Great job. Yep.
Good job, guys.
I have cameras out wherever I go. Great job.
Great job.
Oh, and this crackpot PI deceiver. I can't wait until we start getting into how this Yahoo got his PI license. We're going to be going after those too. I have a funny feeling.
I can't wait until he goes after you for all of the slandering and defaming things that you've said about him. I'm there for it. I'll be here for it.
Because he did some unscrupulous things to get that label PI.
PI?
PI!
What, the label that you try to put on yourself? You know, the label media. Media. The only difference is he actually has a private investigator's license. You printed a press pass on a old printer. Okay.
Coming for you, Bubba. We're coming for you.
We're coming for you, Bubba.
All right, guys. I love you. God bless. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. TGIF. Today is the first day of November. Is November going to be a Thanksgiving? We'll find out. A few days, about a week before Thanksgiving is. We'll see if Bullhorn Betty is going to be in jail being thankful for the corruption of this community. Communist, Sumner County, here I come. I'll see you, baby. November 20th. God bless.
I'll see you, baby. November 20th. God bless. Yeah. Wow. Betty, I really do hope that they do everything that they should do. Bye, Betty. All right, that about covers it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Make sure to turn your bell notifications on. Until next time, be well.